Folks, welcome back to another episode of Dirty Diaries. It's a cold, wet day today. Let's do some comfort food. Pulled beef cheek tacos. Let's dance. Right, first things first, we need to get our oven set. We're going to set it to about 145, 150, something around there. Get it up to temperature. While it's getting up to temp, we can start to work on all the stuff we're going to stick on the beef cheek and get it braised and get it going. The great thing about a cut like this, the beef cheek, is it's quite cheap. You get a lot of meat for your money. I think that was about £4.50, and it is great for doing something like this for slow cooking. As I say, probably for about 3 hours. First thing we're going to have to do with this is we're going to get it in a pan with some hot oil, and we're going to fry it to sear it off. We've got a pan on the heat with just some rapeseed oil in there. We're going to give this a nice pinch of salt. Get that on both sides. Oh, look at that badger. There we go. And then, once that's up to temp, straight in. Right, so we've browned off the meat. Now what we're going to do, in the same pan, back on the heat, we're going to add bit more oil. We're going to stick some onions in there, we're going to stick some garlic in there, we're going to fry those off a little bit. We're going to add some beef stock, we're going to add a can of stout, and then we're going to add a few spices and bits and bobs, but we'll go through that in a second. But first of all, let's chop some onions. Okay, so onion-wise, we don't want them too small, we don't want to break down. So we're going to pop these now in the pan. We want all the beef stuff in the bottom, all the crispy bits of beef. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this pan straight into the oven as well, so we don't lose any of that flavour. So we'll do 3 or 4 garlic cloves. Take the skin off, give them a bit of squash, take the skin off, and they can just go in whole as well. They've got a lovely little bit of a shine on them there now. What we're going to do next is we're just going to deglaze the pan with a lovely bit of stout. So, nice high heat still. And then this will help just get all those nice tasty bits off the bottom. So, can of stout in there. Oh, hello. And then, in that, chipotle, however you say it, I'm not sure. It's like a spicy paste, have a smell, glorious. So we're going to do 2 teaspoons of that, quite generous big ones. 1, 2. We're going to do some ground cumin. Again, just probably half a teaspoon's worth of that in there as well. We're then going to do only a pinch of cinnamon. Again, cinnamon obviously is quite a strong flavour. We don't want it to be overpowering. So just a nice little pinch of cinnamon in there as well. And then we're going to bring that up to the boil. Once that's nice and simmery, deglaze the bottom of the pan. I don't know if it is called deglazing actually. I'm not sure. I know you do that with spirits and wine. Surely it has a similar effect. So look, there we go, nice rolling boil on that now. We're going to turn that down a little bit, and then we're going to add some beef stock. If you can make your own beef stock, that's even better. I might do a beef stock video actually, but there we go. So in with the beef stock. We're going to chuck in a big handful of coriander. You can go in there now. Give that a couple of minutes, and then we're going to taste it, and then we're going to add cheek in, and we're going to stick it in the oven. Right, that's been bubbling away now just for a couple of minutes, so we're just going to give that a little taste to see where we're at. Oh, well, that's spicy. Yeah, fully down with that. Right, so now the beef cheeks go in. This goes in the oven at about 145 for about 3 hours. Let's go. Okay, oven's up to temp. Just gonna go and grab the cheeks. Oh, look at that. Already we're looking good. Okay, so that's going in the pan as it is now. Let's get that in there. I'm going to keep an eye on the liquid as well. We don't want it to go too far down the meat. We'll come back, we'll check that in a couple of hours. If we can just top it up with a bit more stout or a bit more water if necessary. Away we go. Now it's time to make some tacos. I forgot to say, want a little bit of loose cling film over the top of that meat so it doesn't start to get all crispy on the top, and we'll just keep turning it as well. So we'll just stick a little bit of cling film on. Before we make the tacos, we're just going to do a quick pickled onion, just as a garnish, just to bite through and cut through the richness of the meat. So it literally is 1 onion, some vinegar, white wine vinegar, a bit of sugar, a bit of salt, and we're just going to leave it in the fridge while we're cooking. Well, let's get to it. Right, so now on to the tacos. These are dead simple. So as I said, we've got this corn flour, we've got some salt, and we've got some water boiling behind. All we're going to do is going to mix 240 grams of the flour. We're going to mix about a teaspoon of salt, and then we're going to add 1.5 cups of the water. We're going to make it into a little dough, and then we're going to let it rest for, well, as long as we want to let it rest really. We're going to make it into balls, and we're going to squash it flat. So that's been resting now for about 10 minutes. What we're going to do is we're just going to take out little balls like this, roll them up, and then these are what we're going to flat out. Now you can just use a rolling pin, or you can use a little cheeky taco making clamp machine. I'll show you how to do that in a second, but for now we're just going to concentrate on ripping these up into nice little balls ready for squishing. Okay, so we have about 19-20 balls there. Next thing we're going to do is we either squash them in a taco machine or we roll them out with a rolling pin. We've got a fancy pants machine. Let me show you. Okay, here she is. Dead simple. Open it up, stick your taco in there, squish it down. Job's a good one. What I would recommend is taking a little piece of cling film here and a little piece of cling film on the top as well, so it don't stick. Right, let's have a look. So here we go. So we get one of the balls, bosh, straight in the middle, fold that down, we push, and we, all of your might, and then we open up and have a look. Oh, look at that. Look, oh, I've ripped it. But that, perfect little taco, corn taco, load it up. Right, that's all the tacos made. I might have just done one in the pan, just to try it. And it's good. I'm patient, I told you. Right, so what we're gonna do now, we're going to go and get some work done, make a few knives. That's had about an hour in there, so we'll check on that in about half an hour. Turn the meat round, make sure it's remaining nice and moist. We want it just to fall apart. We've made the quick pickled onion, that's in the fridge. Those are all ready behind me to fry off in the pan. It's just a waiting game. We've been in now for about 5.5 hours, so a bit longer than we thought. But again, you just have to judge it depending on the size of the piece of meat and all that stuff. So we're going to get it out, we're going to have a look, and then we're going to move on to the next stages, and then we're going to start feasting on this stuff. Okay, right, so the beef cheek, look at it, nice and squidgy, gooey. So we're gonna put that in a bowl to rest. We're gonna just cover it with a bit of foil, beautiful. Let that rest up a little bit, and then once that's rested, we'll have had this done. So now we're going to make a sauce. So basically we're going to take all of this, stick it in a blender, whiz it all up, and then transfer it to a pan, reduce it by half. Right, so we've got it all, we've finally got it all in the blender with a little bit of a mess. So we're going to blitz it up now. Be careful if it's hot because they have a tendency of going everywhere. I think that'll do. Oh. Right, let's check that. And basically all we're going to do with this is we're going to stick it in a pan and reduce it by half to make a nice, thick, rich sauce. That might go everywhere in a second. Oh, we've got away with it. Right, let's get it in the pan. It smells delightful. Okay, so what we're gonna do, that's in the pan now. We've got it on high heat, and we're gonna reduce that by probably about half. Let me get my, this is what I made earlier. I'm gonna start frying these off. Now, it is important that we don't use any oil with these. Just want a nice, hot, dry pan. Put it on both sides, probably a couple of minutes, and then we'll be ready to start plating everything up. And I'm so excited. Okay, so we've got these in here. Nice and crispy both sides, but still soft so you can bend them in. That's on a nice rolling boil. We've got the onions as well that are here that have been sat in the fridge doing their thing, so we'll just drain those off. Now we're going to start to pull the beef, and we'll have a look. That's the sauce now, look at that. Oh, it's all silky. So that's reduced by about half, all blended up, that's lovely. We've also got the pulled meat. We've just chopped up a few limes, and we've got these little tacos. And all we've done, piping hot, just pan fried them. Now it's time to build. Okay, so this is dead simple. All we're gonna do is take one of our lovely soft tacos. I'm gonna load it full of this juicy meat. I'm gonna take a spoon, we're gonna take some of this look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. Some of that sauce. We're just gonna drizzle it over the top. We're not going over the top with toppings here, we don't want to overcomplicate this. We're just gonna take some of our quick pickled onion, and then we're gonna do squeeze a lime. Look at that. Oh. That is absolutely incredible. The corn from this in the flour is stunning. The depth is just a nice bit of spice there. That onion cuts through. Huh. Folks, thank you yet again. I have lots of fun doing this. This has been another Dirty Dinner Diaries. Make sure you subscribe, look at it. You've got to have a go at this. It's amazing. I'll see you next time.